Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday of the 21st week in Ordinary Time. Today's gospel, very powerful. Jesus speaks to the scribes and the Pharisees, and he says, "Woe to you, scribes, and woe to you, Pharisees, because outside you're one way, everything looks wonderful, but inside you're like a tomb of dead man's bone and filth." Wow. So what was Jesus really speaking about? Well, the interior life. I mean, we could always doll up something to make it pretty, right? We could always, even a room, an arrangement of flowers, a package, but it's the inside that really is of prime importance. Inside. I remember as a young college man, I was hearing, of course, on the radio about the tragedy of the flagpole that fell at St. Barnabas schoolyard. It was horrible. The flagpole fell and it really killed 2 children. It was like a war zone. So I'll bring it back to that moment. It was a very windy day. And the principal said over the speaker, "If you want to send the children outside, you can. However, please know that it's very windy. It's blustering." You know how when that wind is so strong that it even moves bodies? But kids like to go outside and play. They don't feel the things that we feel necessarily. Well, at St. Barnabas, there are 2 schoolyards. One for the girls and one for the boys. Because sometimes the boys like to play football and they need a bigger space. Girls like to play hopscotch and they like to play jump rope and things like that. And sometimes they just sit and talk to each other. But the boys, and so that no one gets hurt, they have the lower schoolyard. I could visually see this in my head right now, because as you know, I'm from not St. Barnabas, I'm sorry, I'm from Our Lady of Loretto, but St. Barnabas is in the territory in which I grew up, Southwest Philadelphia. So the point I'm trying to make from this tragic story is about the gospel today. So the flagpole, it was really not designated as a flagpole. I think it was a makeshift pipe. But it served the purpose, don't get me wrong. And it was macadam, the blacktop. So they kept on pouring blacktop over blacktop. But it was all rusted out beneath the blacktop. They did not know that. And that wind, and it fell. And it fell on these 2 girls. And it was a tragic ending. I'm so sorry about that. Do you remember that story? Do you remember when that happened? Oh, I would think it happened in the mid-'80s. And everybody was so upset and sad. And it was just a horrible occurrence. Well, anyway, I tell you that, first of all, to pray for their souls. We could do that. That's a good, positive thing. And pray for their families. But also to dovetail into what the Lord was saying. Sometimes the outside of something looks fine, but inside it's all decaying. And we have to really make sure we understand that in the spiritual life. So I use a word today, a Greek word, metanoia, which means conversion. In order to take care of the interior, there needs to be a daily conversion, or metanoia. That we check our spiritual lives. In other words, when was the last time we went to confession? I mean, a good confession. Do we attend Mass? Every Sunday. Do we pray the rosary every day? Do we read spiritual readings? The Catechism of the Catholic Church, magazines that promote the faith, a good spiritual book. Do you have a good spiritual book? A good Catholic spiritual book? Do you take that with you when you're waiting in the doctor's office, on the beach? It's nice to have a book that you read and that you're always being updated and refreshed. Do you go on workshops or retreats yearly? I say all these things because people want to know why they're not feeling, re-energized. Well, it takes a little bit of work. You have to get to the spiritual gym. And these are the instruments at the spiritual gym. You have to exercise them. And that is confession, Mass, rosary, spiritual reading, retreat, workshops. They're all good. And also to get yourself involved in the life of the parish. Are you involved in the parish? Do you help in any area? Are you a lector, an extraordinary minister of Holy Communion, an usher, a greeter, a catechist, an adorer? These are very important things. Do you help with the St. Vincent de Paul Society, the Legion of Mary? I'm already up to 8 things to get yourself involved in the life of the parish. Now you may say, I'm too busy, I can't do all that. You can. There's enough time for everything that's important. And if you're too busy, some things have to go. You just knock them off. I can't do that anymore. We have a group of men in the parish called the St. Joseph's Group. It's a wonderful group. Do you know what the St. Joseph Group is? Well, it's a handful of men who attend daily Mass. And they do odd jobs for the parish. Right now, one of the St. Joseph's men is painting and spackling an office in school. So we have several offices in school. Well, one of the offices needs a paint job. Well, he's taking down the pictures on the wall and he's spackling, and then he's just painting that, and that's all. That's it. Just something to do casually. We provide the paint and all that kind of stuff, and then he just enjoys it. It might take him 5 days. It might take him 6 days, but he just takes his time. No one bothers him. We have other odds and end jobs of moving things or furniture, or cutting down a rose bush, or trimming this, or doing that, or vacuuming the church. There's so many things that these men do that I want to just give them a shout out. So St. Joseph's Group, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you do. And they do it without any drama. They just say, okay, sure. Because it's not every day. So it's maybe twice a month we'll probably go over to them and say, hey guys, can you come over to the school and help us with this? Or, hey guys, can you come over to the office, the second floor? There's 2 pictures that have to be hung. It's like those kind of things. It's not, like I said, painting that office, that was a big thing. But it was really, it's a little office, that's all. It's not like a hall that they're painting. So it's nice. So to get involved, and that's why I'm mentioning all these things, to make sure that you're involved, because you want to make sure that the spiritual life that Jesus is talking about is fresh and alive. And that's why I made that analogy with the flagpole. It was beautiful on the outside, and that's what Jesus was saying to the scribes and the Pharisees. You know, you look beautiful, you act all right and good, but inside, there's something not right here. So, with the flagpole, it looked beautiful. You know, a flagpole looks beautiful, but underground, it was rusting. It was a sad situation. That's why I made that kind of connection with that. And then with us, we need to like make sure we go to confession. That's how we take care of the rust in us. That bad stuff within us. Get it out. Go to confession. It's important. It's very important. So confession, Mass, the Rosary. We need to do spiritual reading. We need to maybe attend a workshop or a seminar. I think that's all very good. How about adoration? There's so many things that our beautiful Catholic faith has. Just take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. It's all here before you. And the parish is like the center of our spiritual growth in the Catholic faith, isn't it? That's what we're here for. We have so many things going on during the course of a week. A little bit curtailed because of COVID, I understand that. But during the normal course of events, there's so many things that we can get involved in. So, have you checked out the website? Go to the homepage of our website. I'm going to go on there right now. Let me go check this out. So it gives us a lot of information. It tells us about the Mass live streamed. It tells us about Knights of Columbus. It tells us about PrEP, because PrEP is going virtual this year. And it tells us about our St. Mary Feast on the 11th, 12th, and 13th of September. Isn't that nice? We're having a movie night on the 11th of September in parking lot B, which is by the pond. Parking lot B, by the pond. And isn't that nice? We're having a movie night of Sandlot. And then we'll have popcorn and cotton candy. And we'll be able to even hear the movie. There'll be speakers outside, but you could even hear the movie through your FM radio in your car. How's that? That's very nice. So that is Friday, September the 11th. Now, we're also having the Attic Treasures. Now, on the Saturday, September 12th, we're having an outdoor evening concert called the Blackbird Society Orchestra. And this is the 1920 Swing Band. Isn't that nice? The 1920 Swing Band. Are you coming over here, Susan, to show us? See? I can't wait to hear them. That's on September the 12th from 5 to 7:30. So you could even you could even push this and get a little, like, you know, preview of it. Aren't they neat? So that's on Saturday. Isn't that nice? So, I think they are wonderful. That's two things. And then on Sunday the 13th, we have, of course, the Masses celebrating our Blessed Mother's title, Our Lady of Guadalupe. You know, every year we focus upon a different title of Mary for the feast. Why? Well, because our parish is called St. Mary, which gives us the opportunity to pick a title of Mary and celebrate it. So as you know, what is it, for the last 5 years, Susan, almost, we've been having another title of Mary and honoring that title. Our Lady of Lourdes, Our Lady of Fatima, Our Lady Undoer of Knots, Our Lady of Guadalupe. Do you see all these titles of Mary? So they're very nice. So we'll be crowning the Blessed Mother in church. We'll be presenting her with a crown of flowers around her head and presenting her with a bouquet of flowers before her image. So Friday, outdoor movie. So we're going to have a movie theater outside in parking lot B. So B is by the pond, like that area. A is by the annex. I know, you'll get used to the letters, A and B. So B is by the pond, A is by the annex. And they're the places where we'll have different things. But I just want you to know that there'll be parking attendants as you come into the campus to direct you, to line you up for the movie night. So we're showing Sandlot. I like that movie. It's a wholesome movie. And then we have popcorn, cotton candy, and we may have snow cones. So it's really nice. So it's a nice night out with the family, and you're coming to St. Mary's Movie Theater, which is a blessing. And not that expensive at all. Not that expensive. I just asked you that please join us, because we just want to make sure that we come together as a family of faith for our feast. We don't want anyone to stay home. We want you to come, celebrate our feast. And then Saturday, Blackbird Society Orchestra, celebrating 1920 swing band. Isn't that nice? So you heard a little bit of them. And then on Sunday, the 13th, is Masses celebrating our Blessed Mother under the title of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Now, those 3 nights won't be opening Hedge Hall. You know, the gym or the hall is called Hedge Hall, after Father Hedge. He was the 3rd pastor here, you know that? So, well, he was the one who had that built. That's why we call it after him. Father Hedge had it built. Years later, the parish decided, let's call it Hedge Hall, out of respect for Father Hedge. So everyone was like, beautiful, beautiful. Well, anyway, the attic treasures will be in there this year, not in the annex rooms. So you're going to have a big square footage in there. Much social distancing, no problem at all. Do you see what we're doing for COVID? We're trying to make sure everything is COVID compatible to what we're doing. And social distancing and things like that. So even in parking lot B for the movie theater, we'll direct you and we'll set up your car. We'll tell you exactly what station on the FM you can get the sound. And I think we're also having sound, Susan, aren't we? Having sound outside? So both and, not either or. How's that for Catholic? And then we're having popcorn, cotton candy, and possibly, I don't know why I can't talk today, and possibly snow cones. So we're having that as well, while the hall is open for attic treasures. So the entire campus is open 11, 12, 13th of September. 11th, 12th, 13th of September. Come to the campus of St. Mary here in historic Schreinsville. We have a beautiful feast going on. And I want to just give a shout out to Susan Rodzowitz and her committee. Why? Because it's not easy to put together a feast. Susan under the direction of Father McElroy, before I arrived, they began what was called St. Mary Day. We had a day, and it was nice. There was Mass and there was different activities. Then as time went along, I arrived as the next pastor, and I asked Susan if we could have something on Saturday evening. Can we make this more than a day? And well, she loved the idea, and she brought it to her committee. And then during COVID, so some time went by, and now during COVID, Susan approached me and said, what do you think about 3 days? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was like, fine. So we went from St. Mary Day to St. Mary Feast. Just to give you a background, because some people will ask you maybe questions about it, like, was this the same St. Mary Day? Well, yeah, it is. It's just a feast now. It's 3 days. So, which is very, very nice. So Friday will be movie night. St. Mary Movie Theater on our campus in parking lot B by the pond. Okay? And you'll have parking attendants there, and you'll have popcorn, you'll have cotton candy, and possibly snow cones. FM station in your car will pick up the sound, as well as you'll hear the movie. Okay? Susan, are they allowed to bring their own chairs?
Yes.
Okay, so they could bring their own chairs with them. We're not going to be providing chairs, everyone. So if you have chairs in your trunk, pop up your trunk, get your chairs out. I know I have a couple chairs in my trunk. So we pop your trunk, put out the chairs, and just enjoy. Don't worry, we'll make sure you're socially distant. It'll be like the beach. We'll make sure that you're okay. So in the hall, Attic Treasures is going to be phenomenal this year. Phenomenal. Wait till you see what's already over there. Well, anyway, we're also going to have various other baskets. You know how we have baskets for our St. Mary feast? Well, we're going to make sure there's baskets there. And everyone likes a 50-50, right? So we already have it started. So that's a good thing. So come on, take a 50-50 chance. We already have it started. We already have a little pot going up now. And then we're having the $10,000 raffle ticket, the Bonanza we're selling. That's not going to go, we're not going to draw that on the feast. We're drawing that right before we begin 40 hours, which is Saturday the 24th. See, we begin 40 hours the 25th. So on the 24th, right before we begin 40 hours, in our outdoor patio that the Scouts just put together, isn't this parish wonderful? I truly mean it, not just because I'm here. Any priest would be blessed to be here. Well, anyway, the Scouts put that together. That's where we're going to have the drawing. $10,000 first prize, $5,000 second prize, third prize, $2,500. Seller prizes, $500 if you sold the top prize. You get $500 just for selling a ticket. Susan, I want to sell a ticket. I want to sell tickets. Well, I already sold 6 already. So, and I bought personally, not that you have to know all that stuff, but I mean, I do participate in everything. Also, the winner, the seller, also, if prize number 2, that's $250 for that person who just sold it. So if you sold the first prize and they won, so someone won that $10,000 and you sold it, you, just for selling it, get $500. My gosh. Just for, here, you want to buy a ticket? Oh my gosh, you just won $10,000. And guess what I did? I won $500 just for selling it to you. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the second prize is $2,500, and you get $250 for selling it. And then the third prize is $2,500, and you get, oh, did I say it was 5,000? So it's, wait a minute, I'm getting all confused, Susan.
You had it
Let me
right.
did I have it right?
5,000,
No, I'm going to take,
2,500, and 1,000. You had the first two right.
no, the third prize is 2,500.
Oh.
Yep, so let me get this right. I'm bringing my ticket out. So first prize, see, I'm bringing my stubs out. First prize is $10,000. The winner gets that, and the seller gets 500. So the winner gets 10,000. Here's $10,000, but I sold it to you, so I get 500. Now let's go to the second prize. $5,000. $5,000. The winner gets $250. See, I got all excited. I get too excited. I better just read. So second prize, $5,000. Seller gets $250. Third prize, $2,500. Seller gets $100. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? So we're just printing more tickets up because on this ticket stub, now don't worry about this stuff. This was the old drawing date. You know, May 30th. Remember, we had to move it to September, and then we had to move it again to October 24th. So don't worry about the date. The date is October 24th for the drawing, all right? So keep on selling and keep on spreading the good news that we're having a $10,000 raffle ticket going off at the parish in October. Now, I told you this many times. It's a small group of tickets, right? It's not like we're selling for the entire state of Pennsylvania. So there's a great possibility of winning. A great possibility of winning. And I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. If you win, God bless you. You might need the money to pay some bills or maybe go on a vacation that you really need to go on because you haven't been away in a while. Not now, but I mean when this all subsides. Or whatever you want to do. You know, grandkids, tuition, all that kind of stuff. It comes in handy, doesn't it? So we're having a Bonanza Raffle. I hope everybody in the parish can participate. Now you may say, Father, I don't have $100 because that's how much the ticket cost. Well, maybe you could sell them for us because you might be able to win. You might be able to win something, and that's just a blessing in itself. You may win money yourself because you sold the first prize or the second prize or the third prize. So it's all good. But I'm just bringing that out to you because we really need your participation because, to get the money for all those prizes, we have to do a lot of work in selling tickets. $10,000, then we have to need another $5,000, then we need another $2,500, and then we need money for the seller prizes, the 500 and the 250 and the 100. So we have to collect all that money as well. So to have all these prize monies ready to hand out on October 24th. So do you think you could help us? I really need your help, especially during this time of COVID, because the collections have been down and we need to really raise enough money because we have a lot of responsibility here. So, but I just ask you to help if you can. If you can't, I ask you maybe you could sell for us. Spread the good news about our feast, 3 days, September 11th, 12th, 13th. Come over to the Hedge Hall and go through the attic treasures. I also told you about the baskets and the 50-50 and the Bonanza Raffle. Did I tell you about the food? Grab and go. So all CDC compliant. So we'll have food, just like I told you about the popcorn and the cotton candy. We'll make sure everything is okay. Everything will be okay. So there's a lot of things going on. So basically, come over into the campus. Make sure you attend Mass on Sunday if you possibly can. Remember, we have 3 Masses open each weekend. 4 o'clock Saturday, 9 o'clock Sunday morning, 12 noon Sunday morning. Now, I have 2 other Masses that I have not opened yet, because we have 5 Masses on the weekend. 3 are open to the public. 2 are private because we have to still celebrate those intentions, right? So they're being celebrated privately. And if you're not going to Mass, you might want to consider coming back to Mass. And once the Masses are filled, then I have to open another Mass. Maybe I'll open the 10:30. So that will be open. But I can't do that until I have sufficient a number of people back in church again. So if you feel willing to come back to church again, I warmly welcome you. I warmly welcome you. And you may say to yourself, oh, it's a little tight in church. Not really. There's space. There's enough room at the table, as they say. But I told Dennis Robinson, who is the head usher, I said, Dennis, you and Peggy, who is the head sacristan, I said, you and Peggy, you talk. And then when you see that we are pretty much up to capacity with our COVID guidelines, with the 3 Masses, then you and Peggy come to me and say, Father, I think it's time to open a 4th Mass. And then we'll do that. It might happen after Labor Day when everyone goes back to school, because we're opening school, everybody. First day of school at St. Mary's will be Monday, August 31st. Monday, August 31st. And then we have certain groups coming in. You know, we do that all the time, not just because of COVID. When we open school, we never bring in everyone first day, because there's a lot of things to talk about. And especially for new students and first graders, it's a big building for a first grader. And you remember when you were first grade, it's kind of scary going back to school. So we try to be gentle and loving, and then gradually get them back into school. And then that Friday, they're off, and that Monday they're off because it's Labor Day, and then they go back on Tuesday. And then on September the 3rd, guess what we're having? An outdoor Mass for the opening of school. It will be in parking lot A. Parking lot A. A stands for annex. So parking lot A will have all the chairs. I'm sure the St. Joseph group will be helping Miss Peggy set up the chairs with Mary Beth O'Connor, who is the director of operations and the business manager, setting up the chairs for outdoor, and the altar, and the ambo, and the place for music. Isn't that beautiful? Why are we having an outdoor Mass for the opening of school? Well, because we can't fit everybody into church, you know? So we're going to go outside so that the children, the faculty, the staff, and parents who wish to come have enough room to sit and enjoy Mass. Now, if it rains, we'll postpone and we'll tell you the new date. But right now, it's September 3rd. Okay? So that's kind of nice. So thank you, St. Joseph Group. Thank you, Miss Peggy. Thank you, Mary Beth O'Connor. And thanks for all the school staff, too. you want to have a tour, our very own Suzette Moyer, who is a bundle of energy, who is just a wonderful, wholesome parishioner and woman of the parish, who is the director of advancement, development, enrollment, retention. You know that person in school? They have like many hats. That's Suzette Moyer for us. So she gives tours constantly, doesn't she, Susan? She gives constantly tours of our school, because many parents want to shop around and say, let me try St. Mary's. Let me see what they have to offer. So Suzette takes them all around and shows them. Okay? So maybe you're looking for a school. Please call Suzette Moyer at our school office. She'll set up an appointment with you, and then she'll take you through, and she'll tell you all about the school. All about the school, all about tuition, all about financial aid, all about tuition angel, all that. All of that, and what we have to offer, and what we're doing in compliance to COVID-19, making sure that the children are safe. All right? So we've been working very hard. That school, I went up there the other day, unbelievable. Immaculate. Everything looks very nice. Everything is clean. Right now they're doing the exterior of the building. You know, every year we do the exterior, painless windows. They come around. He's a parishioner, Don Cahill. Hi, Don. Fantastic man, and his wife Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Do a great job on the buildings. So we get them to do the exterior. I mean, we take care of the interior, like Jesus says. we did that first. Then we do the exterior. That was the gospel today, right? So painless windows does a good job in that, and I'm very grateful, because Don, I'm going to share this story with the folks out there. So every May, Don does the residence where Father Keen and I live, and then every August he does these buildings down here. So the entire campus is done in the summer, but the rectory or the residence is done first in May, and then all these buildings are done August. So that's just a routine. It's on the calendar. It just happens every year, right? Well, Father Keen and I had a couple priests over for dinner one night, and we used the deck and the inside because it was nice weather. We had the food inside, and if they wanted to go outside on the deck to eat, they could. So, well, we have a slider, so you just go into the dining room, get your food, and then come out to the deck, and then come back in again. So one of the priests, and I mean, this is all good, so I'm not trying to in any way, shape, or form make fun of this priest. So, because we laugh about it today. So he goes out to the deck, and then he wants to come in, I guess for dessert. We had like cut up watermelon or whatever, and he came in and he hit the door because he thought it was open. My point is that Don does a very good job. It's too good that it doesn't even look like there's glass. And then I said, "Oh, Monsignor, are you okay?" And he goes, "Yes." I said, "Clean glass, huh?" And then I told Don that, and he was like, "Yeah." And because I think we all know everybody takes pride in their work. And so it was clean. I mean, a little bit too clean. But I just want to throw out a shout out to Don and his workers and his team that go around and do this for us, both at the residence and here on the parish campus. and take care of our exterior buildings and our windows. So they're out there today getting ready for the first day of school. Okay? Well, I guess I talked a lot to you today. We talked about a lot, but I wanted to talk to you about the gospel because that's what the afternoon reflections are all about. But I also want to talk to you about the feast, and I want to talk to you about getting involved. And I want to talk to you about all the groups that you may not know about, and the things that are going on here, and school, and the tours, and the outdoor mass, and everything that's happening here. I mean, since COVID hit, we have not stopped here. We have been working. And I want to thank all of you for your kindness. So let me give you another shout out before I leave. Thank you for everything you say to me and to the staff. How kind you are to us, how considerate you are to us, how thankful you are to us, how loving you are to us. I mean, your words are touching. Whether it be email, a letter, or after Mass, just stopping for a couple minutes just to chit chat. Thank you very much. Yesterday, as I was meeting the teachers and signing their contracts, one of the teachers said to me, "Father, this school is immaculate. I don't know how you did it. I already thanked Mary Beth, but I want to thank you and everybody that you flipped this school from when we left and we closed the doors in March. And then when we're opening up now to prepare our classrooms for a different world of learning, it's amazing what you've done." So I want to thank that teacher. Thank you very much for saying that to me personally, and to thank Mary Beth. And I will share it with our team here about all the things that are done, seen and unseen by people, because we love this place. We love it. And I'm grateful for all of you that support this place. You know why? Because it gives us the resources we need to do all these things. Because when you come on campus, we wanted to make it look nice for you. This is your parish. Your parish. This is where you're fed spiritually, where your children go to school or prep, where you go for adult faith formation classes or sessions, where you come for prayer meetings, where your kids play sports in our gym. This is the place where you sit by the pond and just spiritually read a book. This is your parish, and I'm so grateful to take care of it for you. But I want to thank you for the resources that you give us, your kindness, your generosity, your donations, to help us to do everything that we can do for you. All right? So that's enough for today. So it's a different type of talk, but it comes from here. It comes from my heart, that I just want to share these things with you, and just to make you more informed, right? Communication is very important in the life of the parish. And that's why even in the bulletin and on the website, please check them. We have not stopped printing bulletins in one sense, but we don't print them, hard copy. We have not stopped typing bulletins. It's right in here. It's right here. In fact, I'm going to bring mine up and I already checked it 3 times this week. From Sunday to now, today's Wednesday. So yeah, it's right there online, everything. So thank you very much. Thank you for your kindness and your love, your support. Get a Bonanza Raffle ticket. Check out the website. Come to our feast. Love you. Have a nice day.